My name is James Rowlands. In 2015, I teamed up with my friend Dan White to create the WNR podcast. Since then, we have been giving you everything that's happened on the WWE Network. Now, in 2018, not only are we live for the Big Four events and every NXT takeover, but we celebrate 20 years since the birth of the Attitude Era. Plus, every month we'll bring you 205 Live, collections, new content, W pay-per-views and latest news on the WWE Network. Until we've watched everything, we are with you, and we are the WNR. Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and as always I'm joined by
Dan White.
And today it's WNR184, it's the WWE Mae Young Classic Round 2. But before we start anything, let's do the alternate intro. I could not, at any age, be content to take my place by the fireside and simply look on. Life was meant to be lived. Curiosity must be kept alive. One must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. And that was Eleanor Roosevelt.
Last year, WWE made history with their first all-woman tournament. 32 women were picked from around the world, and the WWE Network played host to a show that you couldn't miss. From Candice LeRae and Tessa Blanchard to Shayna Baszler, it played host to great in-ring action. Best of all was saved for Kairi Sane, who didn't have anything less than a 4-star match and went on to win the entire thing. She now is, of course, the NXT Women's Champion. So would this year's competition be able to match it or even take it to the next level?
Well, let's find out. The WNR podcast presents the Mae Young Classic 2018, and it's the second round.
What doesn't kill me makes me vicious. I'm not gonna break. I can take all that you can give. This is survival of the sickest. I am not afraid. Bring the pain.
On this episode, we have the start of the second round, so only one of our picks are left, and how far could they go? We bring you episode 5 and 6, which are on the network 3rd and the 10th of October, and after seeing everyone once, could they take it to the next level?
Yeah, and this is the question we're going to ask ourselves. So it's episode 5, it's the 3rd of October, and a few favourites to win the tournament were in action alongside some of the women who are just trying to make a name for themselves and earn some exposure for their careers on the indie scene.
Former American Ninja Warrior Casey Cantazero was back in action against another opponent who dwarfed her by the name of Rhea.
We're also going to see Miko Satomura battle Mercedes Martinez, Toni Storm face Hiroyo Matsumoto, and Tanara Conte go up against Lacey Lane.
Well, let's go through all 4 matches from this week's episode of the WWE Mae Young Classic.
So first match is Toni Storm versus Hiroyo Matsumoto.
And that, of course, is my pick, not Matsumoto, but Toni Storm.
Yeah, and the first match of the night was an international showdown as Dan's picks New Zealand Toni Storm took on Japanese Matsumoto. I'll be back in this one. They spoke about facing each other several times in a pre-match video to establish the history between them. So it's your pick in action here, Dan. And this is going to be a tough match against Matsumoto. Let's not forget, in the first round, Matsumoto, of course, beat Rachel Evers to get here, Dan.
Yes, she did indeed. It wasn't a terrible match. It was a good, solid match between the two of them. So hopefully, Toni Storm can prevail from this and carry on. Toni Storm beat Ginny.
Yes, well, that was a little bit of an upset in my books, but we'll see how she gets on here as their collar and elbow tie-up to start off. And these women have faced each other in the past, and they're very, very equal when it comes to that. But you're back in Toni Storm. You've been impressed with what you saw in the first round matchup?
Yeah, I thought she had a great match between Ginny. It was, she's certainly got a lot of talent in the ring, which, of course, is what I like to see.
Yes, you always like talented women who can perform in the ring. As Matsumoto grabs the arm of Toni Storm, but Storm manages to bridge out of it. That was nice.
Rolling through, nipping up, and then reversing the pressure onto Matsumoto.
Let's not forget Jessica Carr is the referee here. As she looks on as Storm's now got the arm. Matsumoto managed to get out of the arm ringer, turn it into a side headlock.
Storm managing to, again, get back onto the arm of Matsumoto. Making her way to a vertical base, just twisting the arm around, putting the pressure onto that.
Matsumoto getting out of it, turning it back into the side headlock.
So it's arm versus head.
Would you like more arm versus... Actually, I better not ask you that question. As Storm now grabs the side headlock. Leg comes up for Matsumoto.
How can Storm get out of this one?
Well, she's thinking her way through it, isn't she? Trying to debate what's the best way to go.
And of course, I'm a master debater.
And she manages to get her legs up and get out of it.
And she salutes her opponent. I think there's a lot of respect between these two women. Handshake in the middle of the match.
Shows respect there. Nice kick by Matsumoto. You've got to take advantage whilst you can. Chop there. The winner of this one will go face the winner of Yim versus Caitlin, which should be a great match.
Then Caitlin beat your pick.
We're going to see. It's not about who she picked, who she beat. We're talking about the action still to come here. Dan's picking action. It could be all over for him if Matsumoto has her way. She's caught Storm on the apron.
Oh, and hangs her up on the second rope. I think we can see who the heel is in this match.
Well, Matsumoto wants the crowd to get behind her. She goes up to the top.
Oh, lovely seated drop kick there from Matsumoto. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, but Storm managing to kick out.
Right in the button. I think that stunned Storm there. She struggles back to the bottom rope.
She's certainly got her back against the wall in this match. Can she fight her way back into it?
I hope not.
Picking up Storm by the hair, but Storm responds with an elbow to the jaw, kick to the midsection. Looking for a snap suplex, but blocked by Matsumoto. So going for one of her own, Storm blocking it, and then second time she was lucky. Suplexes Storm over. Rolls her up for the cover, but again only getting a 2 count.
2. I just think that shows the power. I think Matsumoto's got the power advantage over Toni Storm here. A big chop sends Storm crashing to the mat. She seems to be smirking at the moment.
No, James, she hasn't got a cigarette in her gob. She's got a smile on her face because she believes this is her ticket to the next round.
Huge opportunity for anybody, to make it to the Mae Young Classic as far as you can go. Look at the people that have gone on to have success who were involved in the tournament last year. People still involved in this one now, like Mercedes Martinez. And she's looked brilliant as the action continued. I don't think we've seen really, really bad wrestling of this show as of yet. We'll go back and we'll have a review of it, I suppose, at the end of the
Apart
tournament.
from the U6 versus Ariel Monroe, I think that was a terrible match.
Wasn't Ariel Monroe your pick?
Yeah. I blame U6 for it. I thought she was awful.
Well, we're going to see Zuzi's in action in the second round. She'll be going up against my pick, Io Shiara, so hopefully I can get the job done there. Snap suplex there by Toni Storm.
Firing herself up to get back in this match.
Huge hip attack there. Then picking up Matsumoto.
Bridging out German. Oh, but Matsumoto managing to kick out.
A fisherwoman suplex.
Did you just assume her gender, James?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but fisher person just sounds ridiculous as both women now trading forearms. Storm's not backing off.
She's certainly got the crowd on her side as well.
Oh my God, now here come the chops.
The slap.
Japanese strong side clothesline. Storm blocking it.
Both women bouncing the ropes. Storm ducking under Matsumoto, but getting caught with a clothesline second time round.
Well, that's huge, and now she's calling for it. You see the marks on Toni Storm's body. Going to go for a powerbomb. No, Storm managing to backdrop her, but Matsumoto...
Only getting a 2 count, though.
2.
And then just turns it into like a Walls of Jericho. Or a Boston Crab, as it were. Storm struggling to find a way out of this.
Oh, she's so high up, and now sits down on the back.
Just using the half Boston now.
You can see the hand is in the way of Toni Storm getting anywhere at the moment.
And the torque that she's got on that half Boston.
But Toni Storm, though, I mean, Matsumoto stood up on it, trying to maybe pull her back, but Storm managed to get to that bottom rope, break the submission.
But she's done enough damage. She's going up top now.
Which I think she has. She's taunting as she goes up. Second rope. Oh!
Knees to the midsection. 2.
Oh! Well, somehow, Toni Storm still in this, managing to kick out.
I'm still in this fucking tournament. Thank fuck for that.
See the brutal knees to the midsection. I mean, that will cause internal bleeding. And here comes Matsumoto. Oh!
Storm headbutt to the chest. Belly to back suplex with the bridge.
Oh.
Oh, but Matsumoto just managing to kick out.
Now she's shown her toughness, and rightly so. The crowd applauding the action. And Storm might be calling for it. Going for another German, but Matsumoto holding on.
Screaming in rage as well. Storm looking to hit Matsumoto, but getting caught. Wheelbarrow. Oh, and the strength of Matsumoto just suplexing Storm.
Well, that is it. It's over.
Oh. Toni there with her long legs just managing to get to the bottom rope to break the count.
Well, she knew she weren't able to kick out. And Matsumoto now bringing her into the middle of the ring. Got another suplex.
Storm rolls through though. 2. Oh, but again Matsumoto kicking out. She's just got too much strength.
Huge clothesline by Matsumoto going for Storm. Oh my god, so many near falls, but only another 2.
2.
Both women giving everything. Matsumoto screams. Oh my god.
Picks up Storm by her arm and just a short clothesline back to the mat.
Picking her up again. The second one. I think Storm may be out.
She's pretty much dead weight now.
One more time, the chant, an exclamation point on it.
Storm ducks it. Catches her, rolls up. 2, 3.
Oh my god.
And Storm with an upset victory over Matsumoto.
Well, she bridged in the pins. That means Matsumoto can get it up. Can get up. But my god, Storm sneaks a victory here. Dan, you are very happy about that, aren't you?
I am. I thought I was actually out of that match.
Well, the way she got out of it, she was lucky. Matsumoto dominated periods of that. Looked to have it won with the third clothesline, but Storm dodging that. And after the bridge, I mean, she survived somehow. Dan, what were your thoughts on that match?
I thought that was an absolutely brilliant match. Both these women had a lot of chemistry together. Both gelled together. And again, you know, it looked like Toni Storm was out so many times there, especially with them short arm clotheslines, the double knees to the midsection, and just the brutal offense from Matsumoto. I think she's a great talent herself. But again, you know, I'm glad that Storm has prevailed and gone through, because that gives me another point in the contest, brings it level now.
Yeah. Well, let's first have a look and see who Storm. So Storm wins that match. She's the first woman through to the quarterfinals of the Mae Young Classic, and like we said, she will face the win of Caitlin. She'll face the winner of Caitlin versus Mae Young. Notes and highlights of the match. It was nice to hear Michael Cole give referee Jessica Carr a shout out, like I just did. That was cool.
Yeah, considering how popular she already is with WWE fans, it's shocking that Storm wasn't in the main event spot.
Yeah, I mean, look at the reaction she's getting from the crowd here, you know. Matsumoto screaming after the match was hard on the ears, but it conveyed her anger perfectly.
And I get a point because Toni advances. Bonus scores so far is me 12, and James is in second place. Not first place, second place on 11.
Yeah, so it's 12-11 as we go to our next match, which is Casey Cantazzaro versus Rhea Ripley.
Well, Cantazzaro will almost always be the underdog because of her size, but she's faced significantly larger opponents in both of her Mae Young Classic matches.
So, yeah, it is Cantazzaro versus Rhea Ripley, and they will go on to face the winner of Tegan Knox versus Nicole Matthews. Of course, we're going to get all the second round matches on this podcast, and then we'll bring you which will be over, well, Evolution is on the 28th, so around the weekend there with the quarterfinals and the semis before we watch the final live, which we cannot wait to do. We're going to get a
little birthday treat for James.
Yeah, a little birthday treat. Mae Young Classic is always great, and it's good that they're kind of building it up a little bit as well. Well, let's not forget how they got it, Dan. Rhea Ripley destroyed MJ Jenkins in the first round to advance to this second round.
Yes, and Casey Cantazzaro defeated Reina Gonzalez.
So it's going to be interesting. Who are you going to back in this one? Is it Casey or is it Rhea?
I'm going to go with a tiny little bit there called Casey.
You're going to go for... How creepy did that sound? And I'm going to go for Rhea Ripley. You can see the size, of course, of Cantazaro's first round opponent.
Reina
Gonzalez. I really like Reina, but she shocked her with the roll-up victory, and Rhea Ripley is
I do like them chaps that she was wearing.
The chaps were cool, but Rhea Ripley's had a different kind of attitude. She was in the Mae Young Classic last year, and she wants to prove a point this time out, so I've got to back Rhea Ripley to advance to quarterfinals.
Well, Rhea Ripley does look like she has a big mean streak.
She does. Looks like she's got a mouthful of wasps, and she comes out here ready for action.
She's got a face like she lost a tenner and found a pound.
Mm-hmm.
The second female referee, whose name is Aubrey Edwards.
So we're going to get handshake to start this off. Rhea Ripley refuses.
She's the heel.
Well, it might upset Casey a little bit.
But she did against MJ Jenkins as well with her hand.
So at least it shows the character. So this is speed versus power in this one. Casey's got to be quick as a hiccup. Rhea Ripley takes her down with a shoulder block. She probably thinks this is over already.
Wow, Canzero looked to jump over Ripley's head, but she got caught on the shoulders. And now the smaller Casey's going down low, ducking underneath Ripley's kicks.
I was trying to
Chop the
exactly. That's what she can do. Nice Hurricane Runner attempt there.
You say attempt, yeah.
Well, no, it annoyed Rhea Ripley more than being effective. She's got the leg lock again, but gets thrown on the apron.
Canzero there jumping through the ropes, kicking her in the midsection. Springboard. That is very impressive there. As she went upside down on the top rope, span round and caught Ripley by the head. But Rhea Ripley, again, the much larger competitor, just hanging up Casey on the top rope. Only getting a 1 count.
1. Well, Casey didn't really take that bump on the top rope great, but we'll give her a chance in this one. There's a lot of potential, I think people can see. She's the former American Ninja Warrior star. Rhea Ripley, though, showing she's got some athletic ability, hitting a drop kick, and now Rhea Ripley has taken over in this match, just kicking Casey down.
And just mocking her as well. It's very good heel work from Rhea Ripley.
She's got the hair, sends Casey down.
On a drop kick as Casey was sitting upright.
But only another 1.
1. Do you think Casey's kind of kicking out too quickly?
I think so. I mean, like I say, I like Rhea's work at the moment. She was a bit surprised by how sudden that was. But maybe trying to show Casey's toughness.
Well, I think, early on in the matches, they should be getting a shoulder up at 1.5. And then, as the match wears on, they're a bit more tired as well, then going for a 2.
I suppose, but these type of matches have only got a kind of 10-15 minute time limit anyway, haven't they? So you have to portray something quite quickly in this match for people to kind of click on.
See, and now it was just after 2. But that was a very delayed vertical suplex there from Ripley.
Very,
goes
very
for a cover,
impressive.
and Casey managing to get the shoulder up.
It's great strength, and we're seeing that now with submission just turning Casey.
That's like an inverted Texas cloverleaf.
And Casey's in serious trouble. She's using her arms to support herself. You can swing her in that position. Oh no, Casey rolls out of it. As Rhea Ripley now boots her down. Goes for the cover.
Oh, but only getting a 2 count.
2.
And Ripley's getting a bit frustrated with a much smaller competitor.
This is too easy for Rhea Ripley at the moment. Irish Whips her, picks her up. But Casey swings around. Oh!
Wow. That was very impressive again. Casey has got a lot of talent. And she just span round Rhea Ripley a couple of times, planted her with a thunderous DDT. As you can see, Ripley, she looks like she's seeing stars at the moment.
Well, that was Mysterio-esque there. Where she went round Rhea's entire body. And she's only been training to be a wrestler for a year. So he's a bit surprised she's doing so well at the moment. And Rhea Ripley rolls to the outside. Now Casey looking to maybe springboard to the outside. Corkscrew splash. Taking Ripley down, and maybe it's a chance if she can capitalise. She has been beaten up for a while. And she's got Ripley back in the ring. Here comes Casey. Clothesline taking Ripley down.
And yes, James, that is Aubrey Edwards.
Drop kick backed into the corner. Running clothesline in. Well, Casey trying to springboard back in. It completely botched it. Now he's going to try it again.
Oh, wow. She jumped over the top rope, hit the second rope, and this time she was successful, taking out Rhea Ripley. And a spinning splash. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. But Ripley powerfully kicking out.
And Casey there believes to get the job done. And that's how difficult it is. The first botch, she recovered with the second one. But that's how high-risk moves can be.
High risk, high reward. Back handspring, though, looking to catch Rhea Ripley, but she gets caught with a kick to the head instead.
Well, she tried it earlier, was successful. Not this time. Now picks her up in a pump handle.
Sit out powerbomb.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think the right person. Not a bad showing from Casey. Couple of botches. But like you say, only a year experience, and I think there's a bit of potential there. But
There's a lot of potential there, yeah.
I think Rhea Ripley looks more of a star, and I think she deserves to advance to the quarterfinals. Dan, I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, well, she definitely looks very brutal. Yeah, you know, Cantazaro, I think she needs to slow down just a little bit. She's very talented, but she made a few mistakes in this match which could have been avoided.
So Ripley is our second woman through.
And she'll be facing either Nicole Matthews or Tegan Knox.
Up next, it's Lacey Lane versus Tanara Conti. Well, let's see if they shake hands. Casey's offering a handshake, and fair play.
Well, she shook her hand, but then she said, "Get out of my ring, I want to celebrate."
That's a nice heel work there by Rhea Ripley.
Is this going to be the last we see of Casey Cantazaro?
I think for a little while she'll pop up on NXT soon, but we'll see how she gets on. Yeah, like we say, up next is Lacey Lane versus Tanara Conti. How did Lane get here, Dan?
Well, Lacey Lane got here by beating Vanessa Craven in what I thought was quite a good match.
And Tanara Conti beat Jessie Elaban to get here as well. And yeah, you like Conte's look as well. We had a discussion about this. You think she's got a lot of upside?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Right, so here comes Lacey Lane. Conte's already made her entrance, and of course they're similar in size and style. So this was a much more even matchup than the previous two bouts that we have seen on the Mae Young Classic. So they're going to shake hands.
Conte's going to bow.
Well, she is a black belt in, of course, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, indeed, yes. And, what's her fucking name?
Lacey's black.
And Lacey Lane is just black, yeah.
She's black.
No belt.
Here we go, Conor and Elbow tight, but snapmare takedown for Conte to start. You can see the Lacey Lane, oh my god, gets slammed down. Got the green contacts in, and here comes Conte in the first round. Oh, Lacey Lane, low 619s, comes back in. Well, Conte only get the two. Now Conte will roll up from behind. Lane holds on to that top rope. Beautiful super kick come running in. Conte backs up in the corner. Here comes Lacey Lane.
Oh, but gets caught by Conte.
Oh,
and she just
God.
rips her head back down to the mat and a kick to the midsection. She means business.
And Conte telling the referee off as well.
Trying to rip her out of the corner.
Well, Lane was holding on.
Yeah.
Conte just booted the hand.
And she boots the other hand as well. Will she be successful in dragging her? No, she's just going to pick her up instead.
Nice by Conte.
Flips her over and mounts her for a cover.
Only get the two, though.
Two.
Look at Conte's tongue as well in action. She's got the arm of Lacey Lane. It's got one of those things. Like, I can't remember what snooker player it is, but he always sticks out his tongue when he takes a shot. Lacey Lane managed to get out from the attack for a second. Make a little comeback, clothesline.
Got the arm locked behind in a hammerlock and just clubbing blows to the chest. And face first into the mat. Goes for cover. 1, 2. Oh. Conte just managing to kick out. Is Lacey Lane trying to be a bit Ember Moon-esque?
Racist. And she's going for this suplex, but Conte blocking it. She's saying that's her trophy up there. What, with the contact lenses, you mean?
Yeah, with the contact lenses and just like a general demeanour, really.
I don't know. Goes for the crucifix. Goes for the cover on Conte and gets her. Lacey Lane is through.
What? I blinked and missed that.
Oh my God, Conte upset here. Lacey Lane has shocked us all, gone through here. I mean, Dan, that is unbelievable. One of your favourites is gone. What do you think of the match?
Well, it was all Tainara Conte, and then it was just a shock upset roll up by Lacey Lane. Gets the victory. I think that's how she got the victory last time, wasn't it? Like a crucifix style move.
Yeah.
Flipping her over, getting the pin.
Well, maybe Lacey Lane will be the dark horse or the underdog going through to the rest of the Mae Young Classic, Dan.
May well indeed, yes. But, you know, credit where credit's due. I think Conte's got a good talent. She makes a brilliant heel. And hopefully see some more of her.
Well, Conte is crying at this moment in time, but Lacey Lane advances to the next round to face Dan.
Either Mercedes Martinez or Miko Satomura.
Once again, Conte bowed to her opponents and is shaking hands, which I quite liked. The way Conte slammed Lane's head into the mat was brutal, as was the kick that followed.
Conti follows after Michael Jordan by sticking her tongue out a little too much.
Well, there you go. I think you noticed it as well, and so have I. But now it's main event time for this. Should be a cracker, because it's going to be Mercedes Martinez versus Miko Satomura. Mercedes Martinez, of course, made it to the semi-final last year of the Mae Young Classic. Can she go a step further this year? As both women make their way to the ring, this should be a real hard-hitting affair. The main event, this is two veterans from the square circle. Martinez was one of the standouts from last year's Mae Young Classic. She came to this one with a lot of pressure on her to perform just as well. Luckily for her, Satomura is known as one of the best Japan has to offer. They shook hands, show of sportsmanship before locking up.
Sportswomanship.
So who does Martinez beat in the first round, Dan?
She beat Ashley Rain in a very competitive battle. What about Satomura?
Well, she beat Killer Kelly in one of my matches of the first round. I think that was a great hard-hitting affair. I'm hoping to see more here of Satomura. This should be a great contest.
So it's Mercedes Martinez looking for a grudge match against her former student. And perhaps this could lead the way, you know, if Shayna Baszler beats Kairi Sane at Evolution and Mercedes Martinez gets all the way here, you know, they could have a showdown at the all-women event.
Yeah, we could. Or what about a match of Japanese greatest, you know? You've got someone like Kairi Sane, young up-and-comer.
Why are you just bringing yours into this?
Young up-and-comer versus Mako Satomura and a kind of legend rising star. You could do that as well. So there's a lot of opportunities here for both women.
Legend versus rising star, both from the rising sun.
Take my money. That's what I say. So we start this one off anyway. And Satomura goes to grab the arm. Martinez goes sit down on her. We're going to see a lot of training of offense here. More like the Toni Storm match like we saw at the start of the night as opposed to the other two matches. And Martinez grabs a front face lock and takes her down.
But the Satomura Killer Kelly, I think that was probably one of my favourite matches of the first round.
Yeah, no, it was a really, really good match, so let's hope she continue it here. We know Martinez can bring it. She was great last year and had a great semi-final match with Baszler.
I'm going to follow Satomura.
Yeah, I think I agree with you this one. We've gone against each other.
What? This is the first time we've ever...
We've got to stop doing it now if we don't agree with you.
I'm leaving the podcast. There's something wrong with you.
Martinez had... Satomura down. Satomura managed to turn it round. Nice submission. She's got hold of the arm. And with that complete wrist control, she can basically do what she wants to Martinez at the moment. Martinez needs to get back to her feet. But when she does, though, gets clubbing strikes to the chest.
Oh, but a spinning heel trip takes Martinez down. Knees to the chest. Only getting a 2 count.
2. And all while she done that, she still had hold of the wrist. And she finally let it go just now, showing what she can do. Very, very impressive here, Satomura. Martinez not going to make that mistake again, is she? No. Kick to the leg. Side headlock. Take down. Now rolls around in complete control. She's got the back of Martinez if she wants it as well. Working on the front face lock at the moment.
And this is to set up a match against Lucky Lane.
We'll see what happens there. I fear that the winner. I feel the winner of this will be through to the semi-finals of the Mae Young Classic. No offence.
Do you reckon they'll beat Lane then?
Yeah, no offence to Lacey Lane, but what we've seen here tonight, I think each of these two women have a real chance making it through. Martinez, though, gets out that submission. Sam goes try to get a quick cover, but Satomura managing to kick out.
Well, as we say, Mercedes Martinez, she got to the semis last year. Unfortunately, lost to Shayna Baszler.
But has she learnt from the mistakes? Maybe she was a bit too giving when it came to Baszler. Didn't really have the colour killer instinct because she had trained her. Will it be different this year? You know, you talk about wrestling this type of match with Satomura. What better way to set you up than by having wars with Shayna Baszler, who's probably one of the best, at least kind of technique in WWE or maybe even around the world.
Who, Baszler?
Baszler is, and I think Satomura's one of the kind of world's best. I think Baszler is got to this. It's no joke. She's got to that kind of level in NXT, and I think when she goes to WWE, she's going to be very, very successful as well.
So, do you think she's progressed better?
Yes, than Rousey. Yeah, I really do. I think the character's better. I think with Rousey, there's some bits that she still can't do. It's very samey with her. There's a chance the crowd's going to turn against her. With Baszler, it's always negative. And I think that's what I like about it as well. That kind of cocky attitude is what you need when you think you're better than everybody in wrestling because you do a certain different style, you know?
Basically the CM Punk attitude.
Yeah, I do like the hybrid like we're seeing here between these two women, you know. We're seeing the kind of the wrestling turned into this kind of MMA hybrid. But if you're digging down like Baszler is, or maybe even, we don't know if Rousey is or not, thinking this is a lot easier, then that kind of attitude with the fans and being involved.
Martinez has got a Batman tattoo on her arm.
Martinez, I think, is really cool. And we see her with the back elbows now. Now she's got control of Satomura. She's got a lot of ink. It'd be nice to ask her what the stories are behind it all. It's clubbing down on Satomura.
Again, not being as forgiving this time as you say. Maybe she might have been against Baszler. And
Satomura, like, being very clever. She's got hold of the back of her head. Reason that it might be a little bit painful, but when Martinez is slamming her down, the back of her head is not hitting the canvas. It's the arm, even though she just takes an uppercut there.
We've got the fourth different referee tonight.
Yeah, chop in the corner there by Martinez.
Well, Martinez looking to run in with a big boot, getting caught and just planted to the mat by Satomura. Now she's going up top. Primal scream.
Oh my God, she's looking to bring it, but Martinez...
Oh, well, did she just fall against the top rope, or was that planned?
Well, it looked kind of intentional. She was just kind of out of it. But she can always use that as an excuse.
Swinging neck breaker as Satomura was draped off the top rope. 1, 2. Oh. And she just manages to kick out.
Oh. And that was a true kick out there she did as well. The crowd was a little bit shocked that Martinez has been in control. Shall I pick her up? No.
Oh, and the arm bar there immediately. I think she's playing a bit of possum.
Hello, possums.
And she's just wrenching that arm back. Martinez rolling through, though, accomplished MMA trainer.
Now in the middle of the ring. She's as far away as she can. Trying to turn, alleviate the pressure somewhat.
Keeps trying to roll through. Finally manages to get her foot on the bottom rope.
And Martinez is not the smallest decision. That probably helped her those extra couple of inches to get to that bottom rope. Seth put her away, goes back up to the top. She got stopped earlier, but not now. Oh.
Frog splash off the top.
1, 2. Oh.
Jesus Christ, managing to get the shoulder up at 2.
2.
Shout out to Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, Satomura there gets caught. Big suplex by Martinez.
Martinez rolling across to get the cover.
Satomura kicked out. Both women are down, have it taken out more, a little bit more, as Martinez looking to finish this.
But again, it's been a great contest between these two women. One that you can see going either way. Even though Martinez has had majority of the offense, you still can't count out Satomura or Matsumoto.
Oh my God. And I think I love so much about Satomura. She can pull these strikes kind of from the deepest, darkest places, knee to the DT down.
And then just stomping on the chest for good measure. Pulling up Martinez by her hair. Plants her again with a DDT. Leaves her in a crumpled mess.
Huge impact. And now here she comes. Oh
Handspring,
my God.
knee to the chest. 1, 2.
No.
But the tenacity of Mercedes Martinez managing to kick out.
So much toughness, so much heart.
That's just firing up Satomura.
Well, she's saying the end is now. This is awesome chance, and I agree with him. She got up on the shoulders.
But Martinez clubbing blows to the chest.
Pele kick blocked by Martinez.
Fucking hell. Brutal kick of her own. Picks up Satomura.
Whoa.
Fisherwoman suplex. Goes for the cover.
1, 2.
Fucking hell. I thought that was over.
How did that happen? Somehow Satomura kicked out. Beautiful there by both women. Unbelievable stuff. Fans on their feet. Now Martinez definitely frustrated, but gearing herself up to try and end this war. How can she put Satomura away? Kick to the midsection. And now maybe going to look for the bow and arrow. Oh my God. She's got her up in a submission. And now, oh my God, if she get the arm across, this will be it. I think Satomura realised it. Fighting back with the elbows. Oh,
spinning heel kick takes down Martinez.
Well, I've not seen women take this much punishment match in a long, long while. Step up there. Kick to the face. Martinez got me out. 1, 2, 3. That was an unbelievable finisher there by Satomura in an unbelievable match for both women. Everybody on their feet here. This is unbelievable stuff, the Mae Young Classic. How good is Satomura and how unlucky is Martinez? Dan, what are your thoughts?
This has been the best match of the tournament so far, hands down, easily. Again, another very impressive showing by Satomura, getting the victory, and Mercedes Martinez, close, but not close enough.
No, but, I mean, you can't fault her for the effort that she put in this match. She gave everything, and Satomura was there to match it and finally put her away. Unbelievable action in this.
Well, James, the final boss might be the coolest nickname any pro wrestler has ever had, period.
Well, the punch Martinez delivered to Satomura's ear looked and sounded painful.
And if WWE doesn't sign Martinez, someone needs to be fired. She is fucking brilliant.
So look at this finisher here. No, that's a spinning kick, and then we see the one at the end, which absolutely takes her out. Step up.
Step up, heel to the back of the head. Martinez is out of it.
And that means that Satomura goes through to face Lane, like we say, in the quarterfinals. Both women consoling each other now after a great effort.
But yeah, Mercedes Martinez has put in a brilliant performance throughout both of these tournaments, and she definitely deserves a spot.
No, I mean, but fair play to both women here. What an excellent end to the Mae Young Classic that we're going to watch, and we're going to continue it right now.
What doesn't kill me makes me vicious. I'm not gonna break. You can take all that you can give. This is survival of the sickest. I am not afraid. Bring the pain.
So here we go. It's episode 6, which was the 10th of October. First match is Zeus's versus my pick, Io Shiara. And she beat, of course, who can forget in the last round that my pick, Io Shiara, beat Zia Brookside, which was Dan's pick. And Dan wasn't very happy about that. But can my pick go through? And Zeus's, Dan?
She beat Ariel Monroe in what I thought was a very disappointing letdown of a match.
Yeah, nice finisher though by Zeus's, as we saw coming off the top.
Let's hope we see the finisher tonight. But the first match on this week's episode of the Mae Young Classic is a bit of a dream match, James. It's Mexico's U6 taking on Japan's Io Shiara.
Yeah, and I mean, I love Io Shiara. She's not only just my pick here, but I think she'll be a permanent pick later on in her career as well. She's going to go on to have great success in the WWE. I have no doubt about that. And she comes out as such an exciting talent. And another thing about the Mae Young Classic as well is how varied the talent is as well from around the world. You could really call this the World Cup of the Mae Young Classic, you know, with all the different nationalities, not all being American.
No, sorry, not the WWE World Cup, because that's just is all American and one Mexican. So in that case, yes, I hope a Mexican does get through. Z6.
Well, we shall see. A bonus point, of course, on the line for getting through to the next round. And Io Shiara looks ready for action against Zeus's. You know, they've never crossed paths before, Dan.
Yes, well, of course, I'm following Z6 here.
Oh, of course you would. Of course you would. Well, let's see how these women get on. Handshake to the face-to-face. Well, Io Shiara will back down to no woman in the Mae Young Classic.
Well, good job. Z6 isn't a woman.
What is she then?
She's an animal.
Let's go. Io chance already. Collar and elbow tie up.
No, they're saying go, Io.
No, they're not. They said let's go.
Let go, Io.
Let go. Zeus's pushing Io to the ropes, but Io's not going to be phased. She's been done that. She's been there, done that in Japan. She's coming out to the WWE to continue her legacy. Got Zeus's down. Now both women running the ropes.
Oh, Io Shiara, though. Kick, dropping Zeus out of the ring.
That was a beautiful kick drop there by Shiara.
Jumps out the ring to give Zeus a hand back into it.
Showing the crowd a little bit of respect. She comes back in. Springboard.
Oh, Well, that's what you get for showing the crowd respect. You get hung up on the top and then kicked to the outside to then wafer thin mats below.
Well, how thin are those mats?
They're mere millimetres thick. They're like slices of wafer thin ham.
A huge forearm by Zeus's, and she can bring it. Let's not forget that. She's got great style in the ring as well.
She's got a very big mean streak as well.
Kick to that injured shoulder, maybe. She hit it hard on the outside.
Well, she's definitely going to work over that left arm of Io Shiara. Snapmare takedown. And again, look, she's just crushing that arm.
Oh, but nice reversal there by Io.
Only far enough. Back down again.
I say couldn't break the submission hold, but try to roll out of it.
The running knees in the corner. Pulls Io out. 1, 2. Oh. She's managing to kick out.
Io sees Zusi. So many different pronunciations. There's one thing that she wants to be sure at the end of this tournament, you're going to remember her name. She kicks Io.
Oh, well, that was very innovative there by Shiari. As Zusi was running the ropes, she slid out the ring, tripping her. And now she's taken control.
Well, springboard drop kick back in. Sends her into the corner.
And she's just pushing her feet into her chest.
Oh!
Flicks herself up and then follows it up with some knees.
It's like a cardiac arrest with the knees. Runs in again.
Follows it up with another double knees to the chest. Trying to pull her out for a cover perhaps, but Zusi's holding on to the bottom rope.
And now Io, is she going to go fly? She's going to take that chance. She's not stopped before, but here she comes now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. She could have come face down onto that steel ramp. But she takes out Zusi.
Well, yes, exactly. Instead, she took the head off. Zusi's there. Landed on the steel grate. Charlotte will take the risk. Throws her back in now.
Oh, only getting a 2 count though.
2. There you go. He's got the crossface in.
But Zusi's just powering up to a vertical base.
And she has got hold of her. Oh my God. Folds her up. Goes for the cover. Oh, thank God for that.
That was a pump handle, like sit out powerbomb kind of manoeuvre.
But luckily, Io got shot off at 2.
2.
Here comes Zusi's up. Oh my God. Misses with the moonsault.
Oh, Ishari rolled in. Drop kick to the head.
Oh, Shara saying this is it.
She's going up. Taking her time though. Took a bit too long. She got caught, hung up on the top turnbuckle.
Oh, and now Io's a little bit of trouble on top. We saw the Spanish fly. Zusi's hit to finish off the first round matchup.
Go on, hit it.
It's going again. Come on, Io, block it.
Hit it, Zusi.
Oh, and a shot to the side of the head. And Io's up there. Hurricane Runner.
Sends Zusi down to the mat.
Oh!
Double knees to the back of the head.
No, she's not going for goal. She's looking to finish it off now.
Springboard. Asai moonsault. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my word. Io Shiara, so impressive here. Gets the job done. Beats a great competitor in Zusi's. But unfortunately, there is only one winner here and advances to the next round. Io Shiara. What do you think of that then, Dan?
I don't know. It didn't seem as fluid as the other matches we've seen from this round. It was more of a strong style kind of match for Shiari. Hitting her moves. Yeah, she has got a few impressive moves, and opponent she can have a better match. It's not one of the stronger matches of the second round.
Well, I don't know. I think it's better than the Casey versus Rhea Ripley and Lane versus Conte match we saw. So, but like I said, Shiara's got so much more potential as she goes through. Well, it's awesome to see one of the top Mexican wrestlers face off with one of the top Japanese wrestlers in the Mae Young Classic. These kinds of moments don't happen very often.
Well, Zusi's had a cool ring jacket, but Shiari had the cooler mask.
Shiara's suicide dive could have ended badly. She barely caught herself before landing on her face.
And James gets a point thanks to sheer luck. And Io getting the win and advancing.
Yeah, bonus points. Dan 12, James 12. Wasn't that earlier? So yeah, Dan 12, James 12. We are equal at the moment. So up next is Zia Lee versus Yona Perazzo. Oh look, Ricochet's in the crowd.
My man Rick.
Yeah, very friendly. Nice hat he's got. Jazzy. So Zia Lee versus Deonna Purrazzo. Zia Lee, of course, got here by beating Karen Q in the first round.
Yes, and Deonna Purrazzo, she got here by beating Priscilla Kelly. Well, second match of the night features NXT's Deonna Purrazzo taking on another developmental talent, Zia Lee. The Virtuoso was a favourite heading into this year's tourney, so Lee came into this one as the underdog.
And of course, she was my pick last year in the Mae Young Classic.
Didn't do you that well, did she?
No, she got eliminated first round, but she's gone further this time round. Who are you backing in this one then?
I'm backing Zia Lee.
I'm going to say Deonna Purrazzo. She's one of the favourites heading into this competition. Dan, I think she's going to do well.
And of course, we've got the female wrestler that's the female referee that's not Jessica Carr.
Yeah, whose name is
Aubrey Edwards.
There we go. Zia Lee versus Purrazzo to start the things off.
Which looks like she's got her hair tied back too tight. Pulls all her features funny.
Collar and elbow tie up to start. Zia Lee grabs the arm, but Purrazzo managed to reverse. Both women counting each other at the moment.
Headlock takedown by Purrazzo though, but Zia Lee catches her in the head with the leg scissors.
And here comes Purrazzo trying to get out of it. And Deanna's going to look in to go all the way this year.
Seen that already.
Yeah, Toni Storm did that last episode, but again, maybe that's a sign of things to come. Drop toe hold. Goes for the cover, but Zia Lee managed to kick out.
Carrying on, looking for that armbar that won her the last match. Zia Lee rolls through and a kick to the thigh.
Big kick to the midsection by Zia Lee, taking down Purrazzo. Very impressive. Then the kind of bicycle kick to the back of the head. And then Purrazzo reverses the Irish whip. Comes running into the boot. Zia Lee now second rope.
Oh, kick to the chest.
And how innovative are her kicks coming off and taking out Purrazzo.
But only getting a 2 count from that cover.
2. Now she comes running in but gets hip tossed down.
Oh, standing back handspring and a kick to the face. Goes for the cover. But only getting a 2 count.
2. That was kind of impressive by Deonna, but is she a bit too bland? We know she's quite a good competitor, but her outfit doesn't really scream anything, does it, at this moment in time?
Oh, she's just wrenching them fingers back. Very innovative there.
And at least with Zia Lee, you know, she's got the kind of outfit, you know what she's all about, that kind of style. I just think a little bit plain by Purrazzo, who's going after the arm. Goes for another cover, but Zia Lee managing to kick out. Forearms and strikes to Purrazzo, but Purrazzo managing to reverse it.
Yeah, side rush and leg sweep. Going for that Fujiwara armbar.
And if she can get it locked in, this will be over.
Oh no, but a roll up by Yim too. Oh, Purrazzo had to let go of that arm to risk getting pinned, to get out getting pinned.
Zia Lee's in serious trouble with Purrazzo working that arm. Trying to take it out of his joint, maybe trying to hyperextend it.
A big drop kick there by Zia Lee, taking out Donna Purrazzo.
And Purrazzo going on offense. Big chop to Zia Lee. Lee responds.
Oh, Purrazzo's turn and Lee's again. Yay, nay, chops. But Purrazzo turns up with some big elbows to the jaw.
Oh my god, but Zia Lee responds with the forearms. Goes for the kick, gets blocked.
Oh, backflip, lands on her feet. Kick to the head.
This is it.
That was right. 1, 2. Oh. Kick out there by Purrazzo at 2.
2. Zia Lee goes for the big knockout kick. Purrazzo moves. Gets kicked again. Lee now on the second rope. Coming off, but gets caught in the arm breaker.
Fujiwara armbar.
Turns it round, though. Now she's got the
both arms.
Oh, my God.
She's tapping.
And that is it.
That is a fucking brutal finisher.
Vicious there, bro.
I think she's playing.
Well, she might look a bit plain, but that is a very, very dangerous move. If she gets the job done and beats Zia Lee to advance. Dan, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was quite a good competitive match between the two women. Both gave it their all. Both look like they've got a lot of talent in them. And, yeah, despite being quite plain, I think Donna Purrazzo, she has got a bit of talent there.
I wouldn't mind seeing Zia Lee again. I think she impressed me in this match as well. But it is Purrazzo who goes through to the quarterfinals to face
Shiara, your pick.
Yeah, she goes on to lose to my pick, Io Shiara, in the quarterfinals. Perhaps has so many different skills she can utilise. Expect great things from her in WWE once she gets a proper gimmick.
Yeah, and the finish to this match was great. Peruzzo's application of double armbar looks painful, and I said that as she was applying it.
Well, up next it is Wales' own Tegan Knox to go up against Nicole Matthews. So who did Tegan Knox beat in the first round? Well, I'll tell you. She beat Zatara in first round action to get here.
Yes, and Nicole Matthews beat Isla Dawn.
Which was my pick, annoyingly. So they're shaking hands to start this off, and that's nice to see. They're both women who like to do it the right way, Nicole Matthews and Tegan Knox. Let's not forget, she had surgery to repair a torn ACL.
Oh, that was very intelligent there by Matthews, pointing down at Knox's brace and said, look, your brace is undone. Takes Knox's attention away, and she just goes straight after her.
Well, she's been out for a year, so she's going to be quite wary of that injury. But she can still take chances, and here she comes. Suicide dive, no.
Oh, well, runs into a right hand there.
Huge forearm there by Nicole Matthews. Trying her up on the top row. Oh, my God.
Kicks to the chest.
And Tegan Knox in serious trouble. Nicole Matthews at the moment smirking.
No, James, she hasn't got a cigarette in the golf. She's just got a smile on her face because her opponent has a bullseye on her leg.
Well, she's taking them out in other ways at the moment. She's got the size advantage. She chops her down again.
So these two women dressed in bland clothing, James?
No, I like the way Tegan Knox looks. I think it's quite cool. He obviously takes her as a baby face. You can never go wrong with Tartan. As Matthews goes for the cover, Knox managing to kick out.
Ah.
And the fans definitely behind Tegan. They're going to kick to the back, but snapmare takedown by Knox. Snapmare takedown by Matthews. Kick to the back. She's been in complete control so far. Just working on the chest now. Clubbing elbows. Knox might be finding it hard to breathe. You talk about the injured leg, but she's not focused on it once in this match. Just trying to take the air away from Knox.
Well, Knox trying to get back into this, obviously daughter of Mike Knox.
And the fans trying to, well, she finally gets to her feet, but it's taken down by a clothesline. Swung around Northern Lights suplex, goes for the cover.
Oh, only getting a 2 count though.
2.
And it's quite noticeable, and not in a perverted way, but Nicole Matthews has to keep pulling up at her top. I don't know if that's going to kind of slow her down. It annoys me, like when Rey Mysterio has to keep fiddling with his mask.
Yeah, I mean, but it's going to be difficult for either woman. It's going to be difficult for either woman, though, not just because of technical difficulties like that, but also next round they have to face Rhea Ripley, who was ever so impressive last week's episode. So it's going to be a step up in competition. But Nicole Matthews has got Tegan Knox trying to go for the Boston Crab, but no. Knox rolls her up, but only gets 2.
2. Both women clashing heads.
Oh!
Very good cannonball in the corner. Trips coming out though.
Well, she put everything into that. Shining Wizard.
This could be it.
1, 2, 3. It is over and done. Tegan Knox gets the victory. Nicole Matthews put in a bit of effort, but again couldn't get the job done. Dan, what are your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, again, it wasn't a terrible match. I think Tegan Knox definitely has got a lot of talent. It's a shame that she's got such a bullseye on her leg, and hopefully, she can overcome whatever demons she's got with that. Nicole Matthews, I don't know what to make of her. I think I was more distracted by her keep pulling up her top.
Well, yeah, but she lost here, and there should might be a little bit more development from Nicole Matthews, who is not happy as she is out here. But Tegan Knox is through. One of the favourites advances to the quarterfinals, and what a match that will be. Tegan Knox versus Rhea Ripley.
So, of course, the main event tonight is going to be Mae Young versus Caitlin.
And the winner of this will face your pick, Dan, Toni Storm.
No, they will lose to my pick, Toni Storm.
Toni Storm in the quarterfinals. Of course, we'll run through the whole quarterfinal lineup after our main event. And it should be a good one. Of course, Caitlin making a return back to WWE, and Mae Young looking as impressive as ever in first round action, beating Allysin Kay.
Or Sienna, as I know her.
Yeah, and then Caitlin, Dan?
Caitlin got there by beating Kavita Devi, which was your pick.
Yeah, she was my pick, Dan. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Well, the final second round match featured former Divas champion facing the ex-TNA Knockouts champion when Caitlin battled Mae Young.
Oh, the crowd gave both women a warm welcome, so it was clear fans were split on who to cheer for. It led to a lively and attentive audience. So, James, who are you going to back?
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Caitlin returning, Mae Young has impressed me. I've got to say, I'm going to go Caitlin in this one, Dan. I don't know what you.
I'm going to go for
Aiden English.
Mae Young.
Oh, so we got different in this one. What have you thought of Mae Young in the first round action?
I wasn't that impressed. I don't think it was the greatest of matches between her and Alison Kay. Hopefully she can improve. You know, it is first round nerves. You know, you're going to try and get used to the crowd. I know these have all wrestled in the independents, but you know, it is the big leagues, or you know, on their way to the big leagues. So you know, hopefully they can gel a bit better in the ring.
Well, I hope Kate, if my pick lost and if she goes on to win it, at least I lost to the winner, and then she can knock out Toni Storm as well, or she can knock out Toni Storm in the quarterfinals, which I appreciate here. So that's why I'm backing Caitlin. Shouldn't look too bad in first round action. We'll see how she goes here.
You're some sort of cunt.
Very hard hitting me in the first match though, wasn't it? She was hesitant to shake hands there because her hand was still taped up for the injury she suffered in her last match, Dan. Collar and elbow tie up to start our last match here on this podcast. Mae Young backing up Caitlin on the rope. Big chop to the chest.
Yeah, but it did hurt her hand.
Irish whip. Caitlin dodged the clothesline.
Oh, goes down low. Running the ropes. Clothesline takedown.
Oh, quick start here. Nice leg drop.
And a second. Follows up by a third.
Goes for the cover, but only gets a 2. No.
1.
Caitlin looks better than ever. Mae Young's in the corner. Oh.
Cannonball.
Pulls Yim out. Goes for the cover. But shoulders aren't really down.
Oh.
Jessica doing great officiating there.
Brilliant, ref.
And now Caitlin. And now Caitlin. Fucking hell. Now Caitlin wrapping the legs around Mae Young. We're trying to get out of that submission. Mae Young is, but Caitlin rolls back round. It's difficult to break those legs apart. She gets the elbow in finally. Caitlin kicks off Mae Young. Yim to the outside. Is Caitlin going to come flying?
Oh, looking for the baseball slide. Yim sidesteps, catches her leg and just wraps it around the edge of the ring.
And Mae Young now focusing on that leg. Not only wrapping it against the ring apron, like is the hardest part of the ring, but back in, working away. Now got in a leg lock, like an Indian death lock. We haven't seen one of these used in a while.
Wow, that is very impressive there. She's got the legs locked and she's just pulling the straight leg, trying to just put more pressure onto her.
Now Yim taking the time and then turning round, mounting Caitlin, coming down with the forearms and the strikes. Oh my God.
And just a slap to the face.
Well, Caitlin might be out here.
Oh, looking for a big right hand to the face, but Caitlin ducking it and Mae Young just punching the canvas, obviously hurting her own hand.
Well, Mae Young asked her, is that all you had? And she said no. Went for the strike, dodged it, and now it's all Caitlin's got the arm.
She's working on that previously injured wrist and just separating the fingers. A bit of British strong style there.
Caitlin seems to be enjoying herself. You can see the markings on Caitlin's body. Not but where the strikes have landed.
Looking for a suplex, but Mae Young shifting her body weight, landed on top of her. Only getting a 2 count.
2. Oh, Mae Young just a kick to the side of the head. Goes for the cover, but Caitlin managing to kick out. Now here comes Mae Young running in, and Caitlin with a shoulder block.
Just springs up and just takes out Mae Young, yeah. Both women are down. Former Divas champion.
And Caitlin now, forearm shots. Backing up Mae Young, Irish whip.
Hits her with a big back elbow. Scoop slam.
Well, that was nice by Caitlin, going for it again.
Second one.
Saying, do you want any more, Mae Young? Saying, no, my hand. And is she going to give her a bit of mercy, bit of a break? Oh,
swung a wild left. Caitlin ducked.
Oh my God! Caitlin slams Yim down. But no, imagine a kick out.
It was
Mae
like a
Young-
spin out slam.
Mae Young still in this. Now Caitlin 3-point stance, which I love, going in.
Oh, but yeah, moving out of the way. Caitlin's shoulder blocking that second turnbuckle.
Oh!
Enzo Amore's finisher.
And can't get the job done, managing to kick out.
Caitlin
Caitlin's still in it, and yeah. We haven't seen that in a while, and Yim can't believe it. And the fans shouting at Mia, they want her to end Caitlin now. Looks to be going for the German, but Caitlin hanging on. Fighting, striking that bad hand.
Oh, big elbow to the hand, breaks the grip. Spear from Caitlin. 1, 2. Oh. Only getting a 2 count.
2. Caitlin cannot believe it, and neither can I.
I can't either.
What's it going to take to get the job done? What do you matter? Kick to Yim, but Yim takes her down.
She's got the leg hook, the heel hook.
No knee bar, whatever you will. It's all locked in there. Kate at the moment. Don't you tap, Caitlin. Ah! Caitlin taps out. Mia Yim is through. My God, Mia Yim is the last woman to advance to the quarterfinals of the Mae Young Classic 2018. She did it basically with one hand in that. How much damage will, have she taken in this? Will she be able to survive? She goes through the face. Your pick, Toni Storm, Dan, in the quarterfinals. But what do you think of this match and your little bit of scouting?
I thought it was actually quite a well-worked match. Obviously, Mia Yim has definitely got a bullseye on that right hand. And, Toni Storm would be an idiot if she didn't go for it. Who would I rather have faced? I probably would have rather have faced Mia Yim, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, would you say it's a little bit of an upset that Caitlin is out? I feel it is.
Former Divas champion, she has got collateral within the company,
Yeah.
so that's obviously got to go for her.
But that is it for this episode of Mae Young Classic. This is it for the podcast. But first up, let's tell you we will be back the next week to give you the quarterfinals and semi-finals of the Mae Young Classic. But in the quarterfinal lineup, first up is Miko Satomura going against Lacey Lane.
We've got my pick, Toni Storm, going against the woman we've just seen, Mia Yim.
We've got my pick, Io Shiara, going against Diona Perazzo.
We've got Tegan Knox going against Rhea Ripley.
So there you go, the 4 matches that will be there for the quarterfinals. And of course, on the next episode, we'll bring you the semi-finals as well. And then the final, of course, is live October 28th at the Evolution pay-per-view. But Dan, what is the quarterfinal you're looking forward to the most?
Obviously, Toni Storm and Mia Yim.
Yeah, I'm Shiara and Perazzo. Okay, so the best match that we've seen on this podcast today.
I would have to say it's Satomura versus Mercedes Martinez. Both women knocked it out the fucking park, and it was an absolute ringer of a match.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you there. I've gone that. Shout out to your pick, Toni Storm versus Matsumoto, to start us off this podcast.
Yeah, she had a brilliant match as well. God, credit. It was nearly enough up there with the Satomura, but this round has definitely been a vast improvement of the last round.
I would say this Mae Young Classic this year has been better than the entire Mae Young Classic last year, with just the amount of talent and matches that we've seen. I've got real hope leading into the semis and of course the final.
Well, that's probably why it's better for you, because you normally go into these with not much hope.
No, but Basler did make it to last year's final. I'm just saying. So anyway, we're not talking about me here. We're talking about this, and Caitlin with tears in her eyes, showing a bit of appreciation and giving me a hug. And that's a nice little bit of respect. But like we say, that is it now for the second round. We move on to the quarterfinals. Both our picks still in it. We'll bring it to you next week. But if you want to tell us what you think of the Mae Young Classic or anything else, don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at WWE Network Review or
at Vince McDan WWE.
Across all the Google platforms, WWE Network Review on Google+. Send us an email at WNRpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. Come and find our page and give us a like with a WWE Network Review podcast. And come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, WWE Network Review Podcast. All the latest clips there. Podcast go at the same time on YouTube. We do other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
We're also in a new place now.
Yes, we're just setting up an Instagram account where we're going to put all our pictures from our live events and anything else that takes our fancy. We're also going to be posting a podcast on there, and that is a WNR_podcast.
Don't forget you can listen to us on Spreaker Radio. We've got a live shows coming in November. Stitcher Radio and iTunes where you can download, subscribe, rate and review. Don't forget our next episode is the podcast extra SmackDown 1000. But until then, I have been James Rowlands, and as always, I was joined by
Damn right.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and bye.
Bye.